Hey guys, MeLikeBigBoom here, and welcome to Unturned Progress Report. There's not an update number yet, but let's just go ahead and say preview to Unturned 3.17.0.0. Now, some of you guys may be aware that Nelson has been working on a huge thing for Unturned in the past couple of weeks, and that is NPCs. This has been something that's been requested for Unturned for quite a while, and it's an awesome addition that will hopefully bring something new to Unturned and its placement in the survival genre. Not very many survival games actually have something like this, so it'll definitely make Unturned unique in that regard, and the way Nelson is describing the way that it's going to be implemented in this week's progress report is super exciting. To start, one of the first pictures that he put on this update post is this one. It's a super cool picture of him talking to a friendly NPC. The friendly NPC says to him, "Hello, how's it going?" And he has three options to select here. He has, "Hey friendly NPC, I'm Nelson, going well, how about you?" The anything I can help with has an exclamation point next to it because that is clearly about to start some sort of quest. He'll say, yeah, I need help with this, yada yada. That's an option there, and there's also got anything for sale. And there's a shop system, and we'll get into that in a little bit, but to start, Nelson says that characters are created with a new object type where you specify all the clothes, gear, equipped items, hair, etc. that you want them to have, and then can be placed in the level editor. Now they have plenty of unique idle animations. They can look around and inspect your items, and then when you go up to them, they will look at you when you're standing next to them and stuff. As you can see in the picture, he's kind of tilting his head a little bit, so that's pretty cool. Also, when you're talking to them, maybe their head wobbles a little bit. I don't think they're actually going to talk to you specifically, but you know, when you're looking at them, they're dynamic. They're not just some static, weird looking mannequin thing that's sitting out there and you talk to it like you're talking to a rock. It's quite dynamic, and that's pretty cool. For the people that place down, the NPCs will then be able to create a dialogue for that NPC character, which is open when the character is spoken to. The dialogue contains a list of potential messages for the NPC to say, and then a list of clickable responses which chain together more dialogues. Pretty cool. Also, the text is animated, so it'll kind of reveal itself as he's talking, and then there's also pauses at certain moments. So maybe he'll say hello, and then we'll stay right there, and then it says, "How's it going?" You know, it's pauses there. So that's how that text system works there. You can also skip that entire animation thing by pressing F if it's taken forever, or you can just disable that whole pausing aspect entirely in the options menu as well. Now that's all pretty basic stuff. I think we all expected NPCs to work at least that much. Now here is where it gets interesting. Every single message and response is optionally given a list of conditions and rewards. So a conditions limit, for example, may require the player to have a police skill set in order for you to select a response or something along those lines. Or you could have a reputation that must be lower than -20 or must be higher than 20 or whatever. So there can be quests that are specifically based on how much reputation you have. So generally I would expect some of the normal friendly NPCs to not want to have anything to do with some bad people, so you must have a reputation more than neutral. There could also be entire quests that are only available to specific skill sets, like going fishing as a fisherman skill set, stuff like that. It will hopefully give a lot more uses to actually selecting specific skill sets other than just thief and spec ops. Now Nelson goes even more specific regarding this NPC system here. Now there's a flag system which is stored per player, and all this really means is that you can track information for your specific player, and for example in this case he says that you can track things like karma within a group. So perhaps you were mean to the people of the coalition or something, you said something rude, or maybe you never finished their quests, or maybe you killed one of them. You could have bad karma with that specific group of NPCs. Now most NPCs will use this in one way or another, but the biggest he has planned is to allow you to rank up through the coalition as you do more and more quests to help out. So if you have a higher karma within that coalition group, you'll maybe be able to do more and more grand quests, or perhaps if you have bad karma with a group, they might not want to have anything to do with you. You won't be able to do their quests at all. Now, of course, for these quests, there needs to be a reward, and of course, that has been implemented as well. You can give the player items, experience, or reputation. So whether it's positive reputation or negative reputation, that can also be given to you. In this example image, he has the rewards set to plus 25 experience, plus 10 reputation, and 3 medkits for completing this quest that he has here to go find 2 eagle fires and kill 10 zombies by that green tree. This is an extremely basic placeholder quest. You know, we'll have a lot more advanced, more intricate quests when it actually comes out. This is just an example of what the UI looks like, so don't expect that to be some sort of common quest there. I do like the description of that though. We need help doing something important. Now you guys may remember on the previous image the option where he says got anything for sale, and that will bring you to the store here, the best one according to this. You'll also notice the NPC in the background here is holding a maple strike, as you can see here on safety mode, and then a guy to the left is holding a fishing pole. He's like a little fisherman. That's pretty cool as well. But in regards to this shop here, you can sell items of your own or purchase items of his for experience. So perhaps you have extra items that you just simply don't need. You'll be able to sell it to him for additional experience. In this case, 300 for Campex. Probably a placeholder there, but anyway, you can sell your items in the buying side, and then you can also purchase some of his items available. He's got canned beans, bottled water, med kits, Cobra. You can purchase stuff like that. The currency right now is experience. I'm not entirely sure if that's the best idea, because you could be grinding and finding some junk items and selling them and maxing out your skills. But I don't know, it's available to you as an option. I'm sure junk items aren't going to be worth that much experience. We also have that currency system that's been in the game for a long time. You know, you can get crap out of ATMs and stuff like that. Perhaps that could be used as a currency system with the NPCs, but the issue with that is that they just take up a lot of space in your inventory, so it's not very fun to actually lug around actual dollar bills in your inventory because they just take up so much. I don't know, what are your guys' thoughts on using experience for currency? There's a lot of options out there, though experience is still fine by me. Now Nelson does get a little bit more specific regarding the reputation system here. Awesome thing. You guys may remember that this was a thing in Unturned 2.0. The point of it was to create a nice blend between heroes and bandits in the game. So you could have people that are friendly and you got battling between evil and good, yada yada. Well, it never really worked out that way. I mean, it was a good idea, but what it really ended up coming down to was a bunch of people just killing everybody in hopes of getting the worst reputation available. In this case, in Unturned 3.0, Nelson hopes to make it a little bit more balanced. In this case, most quests will require you to have good reputation in order to actually take advantage of those. So that's one reason, and a big one, for you to have a good reputation rather than just killing everybody. One issue that came up in Unturned is you would get shot at and then you go back and kill the guy in self-defense, but you still lost reputation because of that. That has been fixed in Unturned 3.0. He says it is now determined by who the aggressor was. So if you attacked first, your reputation will decrease, and vice versa. If you were attacked and you killed in self-defense, your reputation will probably increase or stay the same. Let's say on accident you were shot at, but the guy missed, you never actually took a bullet, so when you killed the guy you lost reputation. You still also have the option of boosting reputation by healing other players. So pretty cool. You heal some other players, perhaps you come across a naked guy who needs help, you help him out, you'll boost reputation in that regard. Also, not to mention, if you go to the previous picture where he shows the quest menu, you'll notice that he gets a boost of 10 reputation for completing that quest. So completing quests as well will help you boost your reputation as well. So there's tons and tons of options in regards to you boosting or losing your reputation, and there's tons of reasons why it's a good idea to be friendly. And then in regards to being a bandit, there's also advantages in that regard as well. Reputation is shown in the chat, player list, and when looking directly at someone, and is titled and color-coded as their score gets larger. That seems pretty reasonable to me. Also, he says it's unfortunate, but it's kind of tricky to determine whether or not a kill was offensive or defensive. So if this doesn't work out very well, it can still be easily adjusted more similarly to how it worked in Unturned 2.0. So if you guys have any ideas on how to improve this reputation system or make it more refined, be sure to comment it down below. He says that the rest of today and probably a bit on the weekend will be polishing up these features, for example adding item icons to the quest details, fixing bugs, improving the UI, and more options for conditions and rewards. His goal for next week is to start on the actual content itself with an NPC base in the waters of southern Russia for 3.17.0.0 next Friday. So that is the NPC system as it currently stands, coming out next Friday. This is what it's like so far. Do you guys like how this is coming along? I think it's fantastic. I'm super hyped for next Friday. Once again, if you guys have any ideas regarding this entire NPC system as a whole, perhaps you don't like it at all, comment your guys' thoughts down below. That is all I have for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to rate, comment, subscribe, and do all that gibberish, because MeLikeBigBoom is out.